Breaking news from the United States has shaken political and media circles alike. On Wednesday, September 10th, during an event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, conservative commentator Charlie Kirk was shot. The shocking attack has drawn immediate reactions, sparked waves of concern across the country, and ignited a powerful message of solidarity from none other than President Donald Trump. In the hours following the incident, President Trump turned to his Truth Social platform to speak directly to the nation and to his millions of followers. His message was short, direct, and heartfelt. Donald Trump said, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him." For the president, these words were more than just a formal statement. They reflected both a personal bond and a political alliance. Charlie Kirk is not a distant figure in the conservative movement. He is a longtime ally, the founder of Turning Point USA, and one of the most influential voices among younger conservatives. Trump's statement was a reminder of that relationship. The phrasing, "a great guy from top to bottom," was deeply personal. It told the world that Kirk is not simply another public figure, but someone Trump admires and values, someone whose injury feels like a blow to the entire movement. For years, Charlie Kirk has been at the forefront of mobilizing conservative youth across America. As the leader of Turning Point USA, he built a network of student organizations, conferences, and events that gave a younger generation a voice in national politics. His fiery speeches, sharp commentary, and close relationship with Trump made him a symbol of youthful conservative energy. Kirk's influence extended beyond college campuses. He became a frequent presence at Trump rallies, often energizing the crowd before the former president took the stage. In many ways, Kirk's rise mirrored the populist surge that carried Trump into office. Both men fed off each other's momentum, amplifying messages of patriotism, traditional values, and opposition to what they saw as left-wing dominance of cultural and political institutions. So when news broke that Kirk had been shot, it was not just about an attack on a commentator. For many conservatives, it felt like an attack on the movement itself. Trump's post spread rapidly. Within minutes, hashtags like #PrayForCharlie began trending, with thousands of people reposting his words. Supporters shared photos and clips of Kirk at past rallies, adding their own prayers and messages of solidarity. On platforms beyond Truth Social, even those who had long disagreed with Kirk politically expressed shock and sympathy. While critics of his rhetoric remain, the sudden violence shifted the conversation. The focus was no longer on debates or controversies, but on the human cost of political life. News outlets replayed Trump's words repeatedly. Donald Trump said, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him." It was the kind of statement that transcended partisanship, a moment of empathy, broadcast across a divided nation. This attack also highlights a darker truth, the vulnerability of public figures in an age of polarization and tension. Whether on the campaign trail, at universities, or during community events, commentators and politicians alike face heightened risks. Trump himself, having endured his own share of security threats, seemed to acknowledge that reality with his call for prayers. His message underscored that public life is not without cost, and that those who choose to engage directly with communities sometimes pay a price. Political analysts were quick to note the speed and tone of Trump's response. In moments of crisis, a leader's words can set the direction of national conversation. Trump chose prayer over politics, empathy over argument. His words invited Americans to focus on Kirk's recovery rather than inflame tensions further. This restraint was striking, especially given Trump's reputation for combative rhetoric. But in this case, he recognized the weight of the moment. By centering his message on Kirk's character and on a call for unity, Trump gave Americans a script for how to respond, with compassion, concern, and hope. As of now, the details of Charlie Kirk's condition remain uncertain. Officials have not released full information about the nature of his injuries or his prognosis. That uncertainty has only magnified the emotional weight of Trump's call for prayers. Americans are waiting anxiously for updates. In that silence, Trump's words provide both direction and reassurance. His appeal acts as a bridge between the unknown and the hope that Kirk will recover. For the conservative movement, Kirk's injury is not just a tragedy. It is a reminder of how central he has become. Turning Point USA has grown into one of the most powerful political organizations in the country, with influence on campuses and in state legislatures. Kirk's ability to mobilize thousands of students and young voters has made him a crucial player in shaping the Republican Party's future. Trump's immediate and personal reaction demonstrates just how important Kirk is within that ecosystem. By highlighting Kirk's character and urging national prayers, Trump reaffirmed that the movement stands behind him, not just as a commentator, but as a symbol of resilience and activism. Sadly, Kirk's shooting fits into a broader pattern of violence directed at public figures. In recent years, political rallies, campaign events, and even routine public appearances have been disrupted by threats or outright attacks. Analysts point out that the intensity of America's political polarization has fueled these incidents. The attack on Kirk may reignite discussions about the security of political commentators, activists, and journalists. Questions will be asked about how events are organized, whether enough precautions are taken, and what more can be done to protect those who step into the public eye. Yet in the midst of fear and uncertainty, Trump's message stands out. Donald Trump said, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him." It was simple, but it was powerful. It framed the tragedy not as a partisan fight, but as a human moment that calls for unity. It reminded Americans that beyond the noise of politics are real people, with families, friends, and communities who suffer when violence erupts. For Trump supporters, the message carried a directive: set aside arguments, come together in prayer, and focus on recovery. For the nation as a whole, it was a reminder that even in moments of deep division, shared humanity can briefly bring people together. In the coming days, the nation will be watching closely for updates on Charlie Kirk's condition. His role in conservative politics ensures that his recovery will be followed not just by supporters, but by the media, analysts, and even political opponents. For Donald Trump, his quick and empathetic response may resonate for weeks to come. It reaffirmed his bond with Kirk, reassured his supporters, and reminded Americans of the gravity of public life. For the conservative movement, the incident may serve as a rallying point. Just as Trump's words were both personal and political, so too will Kirk's recovery, or the struggle toward it, become a symbol of resilience in a time of uncertainty. And for the nation, this event is a sobering reminder. Political discourse may be fierce, but violence has consequences that reach far beyond partisanship. The call for empathy, for prayer, and for shared concern transcends political lines. Breaking news often leaves us grasping for meaning, for comfort, and for leadership. In this case, President Trump's message has offered a path forward, one of prayer, solidarity, and hope. As America waits for clarity on Charlie Kirk's condition, one thing is certain: the shock of this attack has already reshaped the national conversation, reminding us of both the risks of public life and the enduring power of compassion. Donald Trump said, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him." Those words, simple yet profound, will continue to echo as the nation holds its breath and prays for Charlie Kirk's recovery.